What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing, man? Check it out without a doubt. Hey, we need to put a link or something under there because I can't even get to the daggone. We gotta talk to here. Me and you gotta talk, man. I can't even get to our other channel, man. Y'all know we got 2 channels, right? And the Music Recording Network, we call ourselves trying to make it shorter, and it ain't working. So we call it Mr. Network instead of the, like, music recording. We took the off, right? Music recording, Mr. Network. Mr. Network, the Music Recording Network. So Mr. Network, we're gonna put a link down there because even when I do the search on Mr. Network, other people channels come up. I'm learning, y'all. That's how you learn. Check it out, man. We're trying to grow that channel. We try and get another plat. All we need is 100,000 subscribers. We 40,000 short? A little under 40,000 short. So y'all go over to the other channel and subscribe if y'all want to support Uncle Mike, man, because all we trying to do is help people. Y'all can help us to help people by hitting buttons, which is a subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell over here, and also become a patron, man. Our Patreon is helping us do different things, small things, because we ain't got no money. We ain't trying to. My goal was, you know what? It's funny because 5 or 6 years ago when I first started, we was trying to do a fundraiser to bring clean water to people in the Philippines and stuff. And that fell through because this is a lot of work, man. This is a whole lot of work. So if anybody want to help in any kind of way, I'm open. I'm open for suggestions, man. I don't want people to think that I'm so big I can't be touched or I can't be contacted. I give my email to so many people, man, and we try our best to help people. That's what I try to do. There's been people that, you know, the bigger you get, man, you're going to get people to disagree with you. I don't see how somebody can disagree with me. I ain't done nothing to nobody unless they had it coming. Like these people up here. Bugsby, you are scaring me. Let's get into it. Tony Busby threatens over Diddy lawsuit. Tony Busby threatened over Diddy's lawsuit. Suspect was arrested. Oh my gracious, man. Busby, you got to. He is filing papers in courtrooms and stuff. He ain't even. You supposed to be dotting your I's and you supposed to be crossing your T's big time, lawyer. I don't know how to do all this stuff. That's why I'm sitting in front of this microphone. But you supposed to be a super duper lawyer. So super duper your tail over there and get your stuff straight. Oh my gracious, man. Hey, I like her, man. Casadena Sheena Lynn. I done butchered your name all kinds of ways. Oh, forgive Uncle Mike, man. Y'all know I ain't rap too tight. Hey, thumbs up. I made 600. She got 600 thumbs up. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Bell. I gotta clean up. I got stuff all under the daggone pedal. Let's check it out.
A man was just arrested for stalking and threatening Tony Busby. This man's name is Brian Schumann, and this story is pretty wild.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Brian Schumann, 51 years old. You ain't had nothing else to do but, oh my God, here we go. Let's take it from the top.
A man was just arrested for stalking and threatening Tony Busby. This man's name is Brian Schumann, and this story is pretty wild. This man was charged with stalking after making repeated contact with Busby and his family and his law firm. The records showed that he made multiple phone calls to the Busby law firm, at one point threatening to bring down the 73rd floor where the firm is located. Busby and his staff stated that they were in fear for their lives due to the ongoing harassment. After Tony Busby and his law firm turned over evidence of the stalking, a Harris County deputy spoke with the man and warned him to stop contacting Busby and his employees. But the man told the deputy that he would stop, but insisted that he needed to reach out one more time. Now, this deputy did note that he believed that he might have been suffering from some type of mental health issue. Despite this warning that the deputy gave him, he continued making multiple calls to the law firm, reportedly stating that Busby was going down if he didn't fix things. He also threatened that if Busby failed to act, all of Texas will go and he would walk away. He took pictures of Tony Busby's family dog and his home and sent them to him, along with videos of himself cursing at Tony Busby. He even emailed Tony Busby's wife's personal account, according to the court documents. We know that Tony Busby has alleged that he was getting harassed and his family by private investigators for months now, and he actually has 3 lawsuits out against Roc Nation for these alleged private investigators coming after him, and this just makes it even more suspicious. And Tony Busby also just submitted new motions in Jay-Z's extortion case, where all of these private investigators are being brought back up again for going and questioning that Jane Doe. Tony Busby said that the transcript reflects that Jane Doe was frightened, as any alleged victim of SA might be if 2 agents of her alleged abuser show up uninvited. Tony Busby points out that one of her first reactions was, "How did you find out where I am? How did you find out who I am?" And the investigator started off by telling Jane Doe that we're not here to hurt you. Tony Busby is saying because those private investigators said those words, it's showing the atmosphere of that conversation. Tony Busby then goes on to say later statements confirm that she was in a state of agitation and fear. Jane Doe said, "I don't want him getting mad at me." And the private investigator said, "He's not. I don't know where these threats. He's never. That came from Busby, and that never happened. Jay-Z never said anything like that." And Jane Doe said, "But you're saying he found me, and you guys are here because he found me." Tony Busby then goes on to say that the transcript reflects that Jane Doe was repeatedly threatened with public exposure. The private investigator said, very simply, they don't want your name to come out at all. They're kind of okay with that, with you being a Jane Doe. But obviously, now that everything's been dropped, they want to clear everything and make sure that, so basically I just had a few questions. The Jane Doe said, okay. The private investigator then said, hoping that again, if you cooperate and kind of tell us what's going on, everything remains a Jane Doe and we don't tell anybody who you are or what's going on. Nothing. And then Tony Busby brings up that it comes up again in the transcript. The private investigator said, would you be willing to give us an affidavit to that effect? The other private investigator said, and from what we were told, if you do an affidavit saying that that is true, they pretty much have said that they will remain keeping your name as Jane Doe all the way through. What Tony Busby is saying about all this is that the Jane Doe was actually scared, and that's why we saw different responses from her contradicting her statements throughout this whole transcript. Put in the part of the transcript where the Jane Doe alleged that something did happen to her when she was 13 and it involved Jay-Z and Diddy. And it switched to, it was just Diddy, but Busby brought Jay-Z into it. He asked if Jay-Z was there and I said yes. And Tony Busby also brought up that these private investigators were allegedly there on behalf of Jay-Z. He includes the part of the transcript where the private investigator said, okay, that's all right. Listen, we definitely appreciate that you're being honest because like you said, again, when it comes to like Jay-Z, we're kind of here on his behalf-ish. And then the other private investigator says, yeah, and the Jane Doe said you're here on Jay-Z's behalf. And then the private investigator said, not on his behalf. And the other one interrupted and said, indirectly, but Jay-Z had nothing to do with this, correct? Tony Busby also alleges that Jay-Z chose not to present the court with the actual audio, and it is unclear from the transcript in these one-worded responses whether the Jane Doe is agreeing that Carter did not SA her or whether she is saying that Carter had simply not yet SA'd her at the point when her description of the underlying event stopped. He does go on, basically just saying we don't know if her words were even taken out of context or if she was just saying saying it to get the two intrusive and intimidating individuals to leave her porch. Tony Buzbee even went on to allege that Jay-Z had withheld this new evidence as a part of a dishonest media campaign. Tony Buzbee is alleging that Jay-Z made the decision to withhold the evidence from his application, including the transcript of the conversation in question, until his reply papers. Carter was apparently in possession of this information by February 21st of 2025, before the hearing of the special motion to strike and long before he filed his application. And then Tony Buzbee talks about the ABC interview that Alex Spiro did, talking about this Jane Doe, saying that she voluntarily met with the investigators who did not coerce her or promise or threaten her in any way, and that Jane Doe told them her truth, and that she says in no uncertain terms that Jay-Z did not do this. And the only reason that Jay-Z is even involved in this is because she was pushed into involving him by a lawyer. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a decision by the judge probably on their next court date, which is March 26th. I will be looking for all of this, but you guys let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. First of all, if you smart and you've been watching Buzbee, you don't need to stalk him. He falling on his own. But I think he about to pick himself up, y'all. Some of the things that he's doing, it's almost like, can you imagine somebody is like, you know how they fake like you hurt? You in a fight, right? And you fake like you hurt. So now your opponent think you hurt, and then let him tire himself out. I don't know the theory behind this. You fake like you hurt, then all of a sudden, bam, you're not hurt. You know, I sure hope Buzbee doing that. I sure hope Buzbee, you should not be filing court papers in jurisdictions that you don't qualify in. But one of the things that tripped me out is, as a lawyer, you're talking about some, well, you know, what is it? East New York, he's not able to practice law in East New York, but he can practice law in South New York and the other part of New York. Did he tell him you got in Texas? That's what the problem is, that gray area. So you think just because you got all this practice in other places, but the one place you're filing in, you're not qualified. So why even bring up this other stuff? Because you're not qualified here. That's that gray area. Well, you know, I am a lawyer and I can. Then on top of that, y'all check this out. On top of that, his team or somebody filed some papers, and on the papers it was saying that whatever they was filing for, I can't remember, y'all. Whatever they was filing for, the papers was saying that they wasn't qualified to do whatever it is they was doing, all kinds of, and I'm like, Buzbee, what is you doing? Oh, you are filing, the judge is reading it saying, y'all filing papers, and y'all got a, you know, not staple, the papers that's with the papers you filing is saying that y'all are not even qualified to do this. Oh, maybe we shouldn't attach that to the filings. She didn't even have to look it up to see if they was qualified. It's right in the papers you filing is showing that you're not qualified. Man, get out of here. Go upstairs, Buzbee. You got to go upstairs on this one, man. Go upstairs, sit down for a little while, smoke a cigar or something. Look here, man. I'm going to get on up out of here. If I can understand this crap, and I'm pretty sure y'all can understand this crap, get it together, Buzbee. Please, man. I'm begging. I hope you get your stuff together, man. I mean, I like you. And you jumped out there. We got 120 cases filed. They coming down one by one. You done dismissed it, 15 of them. He done dismissed 15 of them. I ain't even talking about the lady with the special needs. They told me. I'm gonna use that term. She got special needs, and I don't mean to hurt anybody. Autism. Sometimes I can't think of the words I want to say, man. I'm new at this, y'all. I ain't no speaker. I'm supposed to be behind a guitar or a mixing board or a piano. a piano. Hey, I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Y'all tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.